Welcome one, welcome all to TGPW, the Guerrilla Position Wrestling, most unprofessional wrestling and Fire Pro Wrestling. I, of course, am your host, the Swink, Nick Swinky, and we are coming at you with Guerrilla Warfare 2026, celebrating our 5th year anniversary. And we are kicking things off here with a spot for a shot scramble match, as the winner will earn a spot for a shot at any TGPW championship they choose. 5 participants in this one: Darby, Allin, Top Jimmy, Mistico, Great Sakuya, and Nick Jackson. Top Jimmy sent to the top and down with that Frankensteiner off the top by Mistico. It should be noted that this is Top Jimmy's long overdue TGPW debut. And Top Jimmy has a long storied history with Steve Arent. And he might have his eyes set on his gold, as Steve Arent, of course, 1/3 of the Trios champions, alongside C-Red and Rion Skills of the Power Hour. Flying splash off the top as he doesn't know, just to 1 count as Mistico out at 1. But who knows? Power Hour may not remain Trios champs by the end of this one, as they have a title defense. And it's Macho Ghost Bailey and Black Machismo of the Macho family coming up a bit later on in this event. Also in this match, the former TGPW Women's Champion, Great Sakuya. You know, she would like to get back that championship after she lost the title to Megan Bayne. Bayne would then go on to lose the title to Takumi Aroha. Aroha defending that title later on, as there's a cover and a 2 count by Jimmy on that suplex with a bridge. Fujiwara armbar by Mistico on Nick Jackson. Cannot get the submission though. Mistico with a frog splash off the top on Sakuya, gets 2 before Jimmy breaks it up. Darby to the top. The coffin drop. Hooks the leg. Did he get the win? 2 and 3. No. Nick Jackson out of 2.9. As Jimmy just suplexed Mistico out of the ring with that German suplex. But Aroha will defend the women's title later on against Maggie Lee, as I was saying. The Bosky Bomb by the ruler of Boscasia onto Darby Allin. The roll-up pin gets a 2 count on Darby Allin by Mistico. And now the victory roll on Nick Jackson by Mistico gets 2. But he gets caught with that inside cradle, the small package, if you will, by Nick Jackson. Look at this. Small package of his own by Mistico on Nick Jackson gets 2. On the other side, we've got Darby and Jimmy over there. Torture rack on Nick Jackson. Nick Jackson does not give up. The schoolboy roll-up gets, I believe, 1 or maybe 2 before it's... I think it was broken up there. Another small package, but it's broken up by Jimmy. Strike exchange here. Nick Jackson gets caught with that discus lariat. Meanwhile, roll up by Sakuya. Gets a 2.9 on Mistico. Nick Jackson trying to earn him and his brother maybe a tag title shot, or maybe team with Kenny to go after the trios titles, but Kenny later on will challenge Go Shiozaki in a highly anticipated TGPW championship match in our main event of Guerrilla Warfare. As Jimmy hits the DDT on Great Sakuya. Darby with a Yoshi Tonic. There's no telling what title Darby would go after. We know Mistico would like to earn himself maybe a singles title shot or a tag or trios title shot for his team with Neon and Mascara Dorada, El Sky Team. Kick to the head of Darby Allin, courtesy of Nick Jackson, stunned him momentarily, but Darby with that Yoshi Tonic once again. As Sakuya kicks Mistico in the ribs there, and then catches him with that Poison Rana as Darby is thrown to the floor. Obviously no countouts here. Darby, Yoshi Tonic, center of the ring. 2.9 kick out by Jimmy. As he gets that short clothesline on Darby Allin. Nick Jackson sent in the corner turnbuckle. The old coconut crush by Jimmy, but he gets caught in that crossface from Mistico. But Nick Jackson breaks up the submission, saves the matchup, not just for Jimmy, but for himself, as it is one fall to a finish again. There's pinfall submission. Will win this one. Flying shoulder tackle by Jimmy on Darby. Meanwhile, Sakuya with the pin on Nick Jackson gets two. The armbar by Mistico. But meanwhile, Darby's got the Last Supper on Jimmy. Aubrey didn't see it though. The Bosky bomb by Bosky, but he didn't go for the pin. Not sure what Jimmy was thinking there. Sakuya with the moonsault to the back. Rolls over Mistico. Goes for the pin, but a roll-up pin meanwhile by Darby on Nick Jackson. Gets the 3 count. Darby Allin with this spot for a shot scramble match to open up Guerrilla Warfare. TGPW Guerrilla Warfare 2026 continues with this 8-man tag team match. Introducing first, representing LXNG. It's the team of Riho, Lulu, Pencil, Gokigen Death, and their tag team partner representing the DWC, Marty Mundo. And their opponents, representing the Slamazons, the team of Kamille and Jade Cargill, and their tag team partners, TNT, Tiffany Stratton, and Trish Stratus. Jade Cargill, Marty Mundo starting this one off. Of course, Riho, Lulu, Pencil, Gokigen Death. Members of the League of Extraordinary Nice Gentle People, LXNG. Alongside Gentleman Jervis Cottonbelly and Command Bolshoi. We last saw Riho, Gokigen Death, Lulu, Pencil, and Command Bolshoi at Take the Crown episode 4. That was in April of 2024. Sorry, May of 2024. They were victorious over Lady Shani Viperous, Nyla Rose, and Ludark Shaitan. Riho in there with Tiffany Stratton. Riho, fun fact, appeared on the very first Guerrilla Warfare event, our very first TGPW event ever, February 2021, where she came up short in a 3-way match, elimination match that is, to Hangman and Page, in a match that also included Jon Moxley. Trish Stratus, who's in there right now, appeared on our second ever event, Tag Team Madness, back in March of 2021, where she and Marty Mundo, of all people, came up short against Jim Ross and Penelope Ford. She would then later team with Kamille, who's in there right now, and Jade Cargill, with Marty Mundo at ringside to defeat Penelope Ford, Kiera Hogan, and Tasha Steelz with Kip Sabian at Hasta La Vista, baby. That was back in July of 2021. Eventually, Trish would form a tag team with Tiffany Stratton. And they would actually, ironically, defeat Jade Cargill and Kamille with a special guest ref in that match. You guessed it, Marty Mundo. That was at Position Impossible Part 1 in June of 2024. And then the last time we saw Tiffany and Trish as a tag team, known as TNT, was when they came up in a losing effort to the Road Warriors, the Legion of Doom, if you will, Hawk and Animal, when they challenged for the TGPW Tag Team Championship at that Deathmatch Show 4, Part 6. That was in December of 2024. Jade Cargill with a lariat on Mundo. She tags out to Tiffany Stratton. Jade Cargill, of course, alongside Kamille, the Tokyo Tower Lady C, and the Megasis Megan Bayne. They make up the unit known as the Slamazons. Well, that didn't work out. But all four women, Tiffany, Trish, Jade, and Kamille, have a long history with Marty Mundo in TGPW. As Kamille and Jade Cargill, along with Trish, and I guess you would say Tiffany Stratton, at one point members of his harem of women. They since broke away from him, and as I mentioned, Kamille and Jade formed the Slamazons along with Megan Bayne and Lady C. Well, Tiffany and Trish decided to become a tag team, but at one point, Jade and Kamille were at ringside with Marty Drip Drip, now known as Marty Mundo. They would accompany him to ringside. And also teamed up with him and as I mentioned, they would team up with Trish as well. Mundo with the 3 count after the end of the world on Trish Stratus, as he has finally achieved redemption here in this 8-man tag team contest over his former harem. TGPW Guerrilla Warfare 2026 continues with this Tag Team Madness qualifier. Introducing first the team of the Open Talk 313, the Flash champion, the Amazing Turtle, and his tag team partner, Abdullah Kobayashi. And their opponents, the team of Abdullah the Butcher and Cactus Jack. Yeah, Amazing Turtle and Cactus Jack starting this one off. After teaming up recently at TDS5 in 8-man tag action, the current Open Talk 313 The Flash champion, Amazing Turtle, and the former Deathmatch champion, Abdullah Kobayashi, have agreed to team up in 2v2 action. And look at this, Cactus Jack with that barbed wire covered baseball bat. It didn't take him long to bring out the plunder. Abdullah bringing out a cactus. Oh, Abdullah pulled out the bat. Well, Cactus Jack pulled out the light tube. And there's another bat and a chair now. We've got weapons galore.
15, 16, 17.
Tag is made to Abdullah the Butcher, but Abdullah the Butcher, former 2-time TGPW Deathmatch champion, taking on the man that beat him for the title in ending his second reign, Abdullah Kobayashi, who used that fork just now on Abdullah the Butcher. And of course, the winning team in this match will qualify for the Tag Team Madness #1 Contender Tournament. A couple of hardcore wrestling legends in there. Teaming against the tag team you never knew you needed, and the Amazing Turtle and Abdullah Kobayashi. There's also at TDS5 that Cactus Jack made it all the way to the finals of the tournament before losing to the winner of that tournament, Pagano, who is your current reigning Deathmatch champion, who will be defending the title later on in this event against Leaping Lanny Poffo. That's right. Leaping Lanny Poffo and Pagano in a landmine death match.
Give up.
Swinging neckbreaker by Cactus Jack. Cactus Jack. Suplexes Turtle out of the ring. Cactus Jack made his debut in TGPW. Appropriately enough, teaming with Abdullah the Butcher. Alongside Kevin Sullivan and the Yeti, they defeated the Super Gimmick Mask Beyond Tomorrow team of Curryman, Fala Bob, Blitzkrieg, and Gobbledygooker. That was at Super Summer Sizzler Series event number 1, Who Ate Your Cereal, back in June of 2021. A sling blade from Abdullah into the STF. But Abdullah the Butcher breaks it up. And there's the fork from Kobayashi. Koba busts Cactus Jack open with that fork. As Butcher with a suplex, and a suplex from Jack as well. Weapons strewn all over the ring, all over at ringside. Abdullah, Kobayashi, Cactus Jack, both men bleeding. It looked like Cactus Jack was going for the double arm DDT. But Amazing Turtle broke that up. Double team suplex by Turtle and Koba on Abdullah the Butcher. Here it comes, the Butcher's hook. 1, 2, no. Abdullah saves the matchup for his team. The Butcher with the Butcher's hook. Once more. Cactus and Abby with the double suplex. But Koba and Turtle with the double suplex on Cactus sends him to the floor. The drop kick by Turtle on Abdullah inside the ring as Cactus Jack uses the chair on Kobayashi on the outside. Double arm DDT on Koba on the floor. He just got in, avoids the count out by maybe a half second. Splash in the corner, but a Russian leg sweep from Cactus Jack. Both men down. Jack back to his feet first. And here we go. They're throwing bombs now. These knuckle arrows. Spinning back fist, but a discus lariat from Cactus Jack. Tags on both sides. As Abdullah Butcher and Amazing Turtle are the legal men here. Shot to the throat. Short shot to the throat. But gets caught with that roll up. 2. No. Cactus Jack breaks it up. Abby and Jack stay in this one. Turtle hits the drop kick. on the former two-time deathmatch champ, Abdullah the Butcher. Now he's biting the man. And yep, Amazing Turtle is now bleeding. The only guy not bleeding in this match is, oddly enough, Abdullah the Butcher. At release, Tiger Suplex, but a double arm DDT from Cactus Jack. Has he done it here? Have they advanced? No. Amazing Turtle breaks it up. And then they suplex Abdullah to the floor. But a double arm DDT again from Cactus Jack. Have Abby and Cactus Jack advanced? No. A splash off the ropes from Amazing Turtle. Chop to the chest, and another one from Abdullah Kobayashi. Caught him with that sling blade. Did Koba. Koba tags out the Turtle. Cactus Jack gets caught with that Samoan drop. One of these teams will qualify for Tag Team Madness. Will be Cactus Jack and Abdullah after he hits the double arm DDT. No, not yet. As Abdullah Kobayashi breaks it up. Abdullah the Butcher with the fork, but a roll-up on the other side by Amazing Turtle on Cactus Jack. Abdullah the Butcher was too busy with the fork on Abdullah Kobayashi to notice Amazing Turtle with the roll-up on Cactus Jack, as Amazing Turtle and Kobayashi are moving on. TGPW Guerrilla Warfare 2026 continues with another Tag Team Madness qualifier. Introducing team number 1, representing the Circus of Slime, Violent J, Shaggy 2-Dope, the Insane Clown Posse. And their opponents representing the Detroit Wrestling Connection, it is the team of KMJ and Son of Madness, JTTBT. If you know, you know.
Fight.
As mentioned in the introduction, Violent J, Shaggy 2-Dope, members of the Circus of Slime, alongside El Gran Blanco, Presentadora, and Pagano, who will be seeing both of them coming up after this match here on this event, Guerrilla Warfare, as Blanco will be taking on Koko Americano, another member of the DWC, alongside KMJ and Son of Madness. And we saw the fourth member of the DWC earlier, Marty Mundo, as he teamed up with Riho, Lulu, Pencil, and Gokigen Death to defeat Trish, Stratus, Tiffany, Stratton, Jade, Cargill, and Kamille in that 8-man tag. And Pagano, he will be defending his deathmatch championship in a barbed wire landmine deathmatch against Leaping Lanny Poffo. Of course, Poffo, a member of the Macho family. And Son of Madness, in addition to being a member of the DWC, also a member of the Macho family. The other members of the Macho family will be in action, as well as Macho Ghost teams with Bailey and Jay Lethal to take on the Power Hour, C-Red, Rion Skills, and Steve Arrant for the Trios Championship. That is also coming up.
Give up.
Son of Madness with that running elbow. Out a little too cocky there. Got caught with the lariat from Violent J. Drop to hold in just a 1 count. So the team name JTTBT. If you know, you know. If you were an active listener at one point of the Guerrilla Position radio show, you would know what that acronym stands for.
Give up.
And why the team of KMJ and Son of Madness go by that name. There's an elbow drop off the top from Shaggy 2-Dope. Son of Madness might have taken exception to that as he comes in now. Double team powerbomb by the DWC members, but an eye rake from Shaggy 2-Dope temporarily stuns Son of Madness as in comes Violent J. Went for it all there and got nothing as he missed the elbow drop. Violent J off the ropes, hits the leg drop to the back of the neck. And then the sidewalk slam. Both men down, both men back up. Bulldog headlock from Violent J. Goes for the cover, both hands pressed, gets a 1 count before KMJ breaks it up. Went for it again and missed. Did Son of Madness. Caught him with that exploder off the ropes at KMJ. KMJ also a former 2-time Open Talk 3-1-3 The Flash champion. And we saw the current Open Talk 3-1-3 The Flash champion in our previous match, Amazing Turtle, as he and Abdullah Kobayashi defeated Abdullah the Butcher and Cactus Jack to qualify for Tag Team Madness. And of course, the winning team in this match will also join them in qualifying for the Tag Team Madness #1 contender tournament, as the winner of Tag Team Madness will be the #1 contender to the TGPW Tag Team Championship, currently held by Hardcore Thunder, Hardcore Hipster, and Thunder Horse. But we could see new champions, as later on in this event, Hardcore Thunder will defend the title against the Crush Boys, Starboy Charlie, and Titus Alexander. Short clothesline by Violent J, but an eye rake from Son of Madness. He gets shot off the ropes, back body drop, in comes Shaggy 2-Dope. Lariat from Violent J, but an eye rake from Son of Madness stuns him. It's caught with an enziguri from Violent J, but a scoop and a slam to the top once more. Nope. He thought better of it. Shaggy shrugs his shoulders. It's caught with that suplex, though. He's back to his feet first and hits the enziguri. It's caught with that mule kick. Look at this backdrop neck breaker combination. A nice teamwork from KMJ and SOM, but a flying crossbody from Shaggy 2-Dope off the top. But KMJ is right back to his feet. It's the exploder. Pulling pile driver by Shaggy 2-Dope. In comes Violent J. ICP in there now in a 2-on-1 situation. Violent J taking over this match. He goes up top. Well, thought better of it. Instead, he throws KMJ to the floor. He is dizzy, but he's able to get back in, avoiding the count out there. What's this? Oh, Gran Blanco Presentadora is coming out here. And he grabs a chair from under the ring. Obviously, he's here to aid members of the Circus of Slime. And now it's a 3-on-2 situation here. As the members of DWC have to fight off 3 guys. Come on. Get Blanco out of here. This is ridiculous. Finally, Blanco is out of here. As Alfonso has restored some order. But the damage may have been done. I may have spoke too soon. Double team suplex sends Violet Jade to the floor, and now Violet Jade, Son of Madness, on the floor. DDT on that floor by Violent J. But it's KMJ and Violent J who are the legal men. Uh-oh, KMJ too close to that corner. He gets caught. And another chair. That time right in the back, the lower back of KMJ with that chair goes Violent J. Poke to the eyes and then a DDT right on the logo. Back elbow stuns him, hits the spear. Doesn't go for the cover though. Instead drops him on his head with that brain buster. Oh, and a kick to the gonads. The yam bag region. There we go. He hits it this time clean. 1, 2, 3. Got him. The top rope elbow drop seals the victory for KMJ and Son of Madness as JTTBT qualify for Tag Team Madness. Guerrilla Warfare continues with this grudge match. Introducing first, representing the Circus of Slime. This is El Gran Blanco, Presentadora. And his opponent, representing the Detroit Wrestling Connection, the Afro-American Dream, Koko, Americano.
Fight.
Well, we just saw Gran Blanco in our previous match interfere in the Insane Clown Posse Violent J and Shaggy 2-Dopes match against KMJ and Son of Madness of the DWC. But his interference backfired as the Circus of Slime members, ICP, failed to advance in Tag Team Madness as the DWC pick up another win tonight over the DWC. Sorry, the DWC pick up another win over the Circus of Slime here tonight. That's what I meant to say. As they were victorious on Prelude to Guerrilla Warfare over the Circus of Slime in an 8-man tag. Then pick up the win over Violet J and Shaggy 2-Dope in our previous match. Looking to make it 2 for 2 here against the Circus of Slime as Koko Americano
Give up.
takes on El Gran Blanco Presentadora here. DWC also looking to make it a clean sweep 3 for 3 here tonight as Marty Mundo was victorious in his match as well. So far so good for the DWC tonight, but Gran Blanco could spoil DWC's night here if he can defeat Koko Americano, but the Ghostbuster from Koko Americano, it could be over right here, folks. 1, 2, no! That would have been a very quick victory for Koko Americano. This has been a grudge match, singles grudge match in the making for quite some time. And another Ghostbuster. Is that it? You know, Blanco has been on the comeback trail, racking up a couple of singles victories in the last several months, looking to get into contention, possibly for one of the championships here in TGPW. And a third Ghostbuster that time. Is the third time the charm? No, a 2.9 kick out. The resiliency shown by El Gran Blanco Presentadora here. You may not like him. You may not like his tactics either. After all, he is the leader of a group called the Circus of Slime. But he is showing some resiliency here. Able to kick out of 3 of Koko's finishing maneuvers. Well, there's that move that's won him those matches. That inverted gory special. And a lariat from Blanco as he has taken control of this match. And once again, back to that submission. Center of the ring, nowhere for Koko to go. But he will not capitulate. A 4th Ghostbuster, that's gotta be it. There is no way he's kicking out. No, somehow, some way. How? Pile driver. And the fans letting him hear it. But yeah, these two guys do not like each other. Koko Americano especially. He feels like Blanco disrespects that mask as both of the men wear, well, let's face it, they wear the same mask. And Koko feels like Gran Blanco is not worthy of wearing that mask. Blanco has been ducking this match with Koko for a long time now, but it's finally here. And that is the 5th Ghostbuster, but he cannot capitalize. Series of punches from Koko. Blanco now just lets out a maniacal laugh as he throws Koko into the corner. But Koko comes out of the corner with that boot. Goes behind, but gets caught with a mule kick in the yam bag region. But an arm drag from Koko. Irish whip sends him into the buckle. Didn't go for the cover there, just picked him up. I don't know why he would do that. And there's a Fire Pro moment as both men clock heads. And down they go. That's the 7th Ghostbuster. That's got to be it. No! How? How is this man kicking out? And now just a blatant choke. There's nothing fancy about that. Risking disqualification. I think Blanco would rather get disqualified than get pinned or forced to submit by Koko in this match. Back to that submission. And that's it. Koko Americano taps out as El Gran Blanco continues his winning ways and spoils the night for the DWC. Our first of 5 championship matches on the night here, as the Deathmatch Championship on the line, as Pagano defends against Leaping Lanny Poffo. This is the first defense for Pagano here of the championship since winning it from Abdullah Kobayashi. That happened back at Frozen Steel. As Abdullah failed in his first defense of the title. Will this be the first and only defense of the title for Pagano here tonight? Can Leaping Lanny Poffo, who is not a deathmatch wrestler, pull off the impossible here, seemingly impossible here, and beat Pagano, who's been on an absolute tear as he won the TDS 5, that Deathmatch Show Tournament 5. Along the way, racking up victories over Masashi Takeda, Jason the Terrible as he goes into the landmines. Nick Gage, and then defeating Cactus Jack in the final. And as I mentioned, he would go on to beat Abdullah Kobayashi at Frozen Steel to win the Deathmatch title. So, on the win streak, and we've seen him use those punches effectively along the way. Swinging neckbreaker, the cover, the hook of the leg, and a 2 count only for Leaping Lanny Poffo. As mentioned earlier, another member of the Macho family. And we'll see the rest of the Macho family in our next match. In our second of 5 championship matches when the Trios Championship is on the line. As Macho Ghost Bailey and Jay Lethal challenge C-Red, Rion Skills, and Steve Aaron of the Power Hour for the Trios Championship. Also, Tag Team Championship on the line. And there's a fork to the forehead of Lanny Poffo, and he is bleeding. Tag Team Championship, Women's Championship, and of course our main event for the TGPW Championship. Go Shiozaki attempts to make his 10th title defense against Kenny Omega. Highly anticipated main event, but right here, pile driver, a cover, a 2, and no. Lanny Poffo nearly did the impossible and defeat Pagano here. There's the air raid crash, but Poffo's first one back to his feet gets caught though with another air raid crash, and that could be it. No. Caught him with a roll-up pin. Did he get him? 2? No. 2.9 says referee Mac Takeda. Pagano with that fork again. That jumping neck breaker Running knee strike off the ropes. But a swinging neck breaker from Leaping Lanny Poffo. Brain buster. Doesn't go for the cover though. Gets thrown to the outside into the landmines. Those landmines covered in barbed wire. An 80 destroyer from Pagano. And that belly-to-belly suplex. Stuns him. Rolls him up. 2, 3. What? What? Unbelievable. Leaping Lanny Poffo is your new TGPW Deathmatch Champion. Get the fuck out of here. Pagano seemingly had this match in hand, but then Leaping Lanny Poffo out of nowhere with a roll-up pin. And that's what they say. All it takes is 3 seconds. And Leaping Lanny Poffo is your new Deathmatch Champion. Unreal.